It's 9 o'clock. Y'all stand. Commissioner Dan, would you lead us in word of prayer, or pledge, please? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Please join me in honoring our great flag and our great nation. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Ezell, please, word of prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings of this life. Give this body and all government bodies the wisdom to make good choices for the benefit of the citizens of our jurisdictions. Help us live our lives more closely following the example set by your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Cindy, do we have a quorum? Thank you. Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the minutes from June 22nd.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Daniels, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Bill, you have some proclamations
Yes.
this morning.
Mr. Chairman, we have two proclamations this morning, and I'll read them if that's acceptable, and then
Yes.
you guys can present them. This proclamation is for Sally Majette Anderson Day, whereas Sally Majette Anderson has been an impressive role model who has made important contributions to community youth and arts programs in Roswell, Chaves County, and New Mexico for more than 40 years. And whereas Sally was instrumental in the formation, funding, and operation of the Unity Center in the mid to late 1990s to help at-risk youth, and also served on numerous boards associated with youth services, including the Assurance Home, Chaves County Youth Services, Boys and Girls Club, and Reach 2000. And whereas Sally's involvement with the Roswell Artist in Residence program began in the early 1970s when she accompanied her first husband, the artist Willard Majette, to the residency. And after his passing, she married Roswell Artist in Residence founder Donald B. Anderson. And whereas Sally was as devoted to the Roswell Artist in Residence program, the Anderson Museum of Contemporary Art, and to Don's artistic pursuits as he was, and her exemplary leadership during the formative years of the Roswell Artist in Residence Foundation as its executive director helped secure the stability and future of the foundation. And whereas Sally's enthusiasm, giving spirit, and financial support for innumerable arts and initiatives in this area, from murals to public art projects, has made our town a more creative environment within which to live. And whereas Sally's dedication to the arts led to an appointment to serve on the Governor's New Mexico Arts Commission from 2003 to 2005, and whereas Sally's academic pursuits and love of linguistics led her to receive a doctorate degree from the University of New Mexico in 1987, as well as her assisting Dr. Robert Young with his publication, The Analytical Lexicon of Navajo, an important resource for the future of the Navajo language. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes the many contributions Sally has made on behalf of the citizens of Chaves County, which include her dedication to the arts and the desire to create opportunities for the youth of Chaves County, which have improved our community greatly. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim July 27, 2023 as Sally Majette Anderson Day in Chaves County, done this 27th day of July by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners.
You want us to move down?
Yes, please. If you could stand in the middle.
Stage right. Stage right. Stage right. There you go. There you go.
There we go. Thank you. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we have one more proclamation for community service, exemplary community service. This is for Connie and Lyndall Andrews Day. Whereas communities are built upon the commitment and dedication of the individuals within that community, and whereas individuals are rarely willing to endure the trials that often accompany long-term public service, and whereas our community was forever changed by not one, but two such individuals whose lifelong commitments to the town of Hagerman and all of Chaves County will reap rewards for years to come. Whereas Lyndall Andrews graduated from Hagerman High School in 1951, served on the Hagerman School Board, Hagerman Cemetery Association, and Old Timers Day boards, and served as Hagerman Mayor from 1994 until 2005. And whereas regionally, Lyndall served as a board member of the Chaves County Economic Development District, the Eastern New Mexico University Board, and was a charter member of the Chaves County Character Counts in Chaves County. And whereas over the course of his terms, Lyndall oversaw infrastructure improvements, including numerous water and sewer projects, the Hagerman Little League ball fields, and the centerpiece of the town of Hagerman, which was ultimately named the Lyndall Andrews Community Center. And whereas Connie Andrews attended school both in Dexter and Hagerman, and after a Herculean feat of simultaneously raising a young family and obtaining her college degree from Eastern New Mexico University, she returned to teach multiple grades in Dexter schools. And whereas Connie served the town of Hagerman as town councilor from 2005 until 2018 and was affectionately known as Mama Mayor during the times when Lyndall was absent from his duties as mayor. And whereas the town of Hagerman was made a better place because of her desire to see that numerous improvements within the town of Hagerman were completed after Lyndall's passing, and whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes all of the accomplishments of this dynamic duo, and especially their hard work on behalf of the citizens of Chaves County, their lives made a huge difference in our community that will last well beyond their many years of service. Now therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Chaves County do enthusiastically proclaim August 7, 2023 as Connie and Lyndall Andrews Day in Chaves County, done this 27th day of July 2023 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners. Did you want to come up with this?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
We have a couple of state representatives in our meeting this morning. We thank you guys for being here. And Mr. Scott, if you got something you'd like to say to the commission or to the people?
Update.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Commissioner. I am State Representative Larry Scott, standing for appointment to the Senate seat that will soon be vacated by Senator Gay Kernan, whose retirement is scheduled for the first part of next week. This process to select a replacement involves recommendations from 3 county commissions that she represents, Lee, Eddy, and Chavez. And each county commission has the opportunity to send a name up to the governor's office, where she will make the final determination as to who will serve the balance of that term. Basically, I'm here for a job interview. I have a 9-year record of moderate and conservative positions to run on that I will let speak for itself. And beyond that, I am here to answer any questions that y'all might have. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Anyone have any questions or comments?
I'd like just one comment, if I may. I remember you from when I was lobbying with the New Mexico Conservation Officers Association and when I was with the State Land Office, and I appreciated all your honesty and the efforts you did towards both of those fields. So I really appreciate the work you've done in the past in that 9 years.
Thank you for that, Commissioner.
Thank you. Anyone else? We really appreciate you coming and
Y'all
standing in
should,
front of us.
y'all should have a letter of interest, a resume, and the proof that I do in fact reside in the district in front of you. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Representative Ezell, do you have anything you want to impart this morning?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, thank you very much for this opportunity. I am here to support Representative Scott. Whenever he first came into the House of Representatives, he made a stand, and he does the right thing. He is one of the most honest men I have ever met. He knows this area of the state. He raised his kids in this area of the state. He knows about the oil and gas industry inside out. And he has been so important serving on the House Energy Committee. It's unbelievable. He does straighten out the State Land Office whenever there are mistakes. He also understands the importance of agriculture, especially for this area. I wish more people understood what we are trying to do as far as agriculture goes, because we do feed the world. I think it would be in the best interest of Chaves County if the selection for Representative Scott did come from the county commissioners. So at this point, I do appreciate the time and strongly support my friend sitting right back here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you both for attending our meeting. Appreciate it. Mike Spiritu, do you have anything you want to bring to us this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Happy Thursday.
Thank you.
A couple things I want to share with you today is most of you were able to attend our annual meeting yesterday. Around 100 or so folks showed up. Terry Matter, Reno Air Race Vice Chairman, was there as our keynote speaker, and thank you for your attendance. And you should have received a copy of our program for the year, past year, and I hope you enjoyed the meeting yesterday. As a reminder, in September, which isn't too far away, the EDC is hosting the SiteLink Forum here in Roswell, Chaves County. What is that? We are bringing a number of site selection consultants from across the country as far as Virginia, and a number of economic developers from across the country. We probably expect anywhere from 60 to 70. They'll be here for several days, and at the forum, they'll be meeting with those consultants and showcasing, we will especially, our area to continue to coach and educate people who isn't Chaves County. So pretty excited about that. It takes a lot of work to put that on. That's our next big deal. We've got through our annual meeting. That's our next big event. Well, maybe not so much, but we'll talk about that later. An update of the Air Center, and apologize, let me put my glasses on because if I don't read it right, I'll probably get it wrong. So just to give you an update, at the Roswell Air Center, as you know, I sit on the Roswell City's Airport Advisory Commission. I'm the vice chairman, and some of the things that's been happening at the Air Center are, as you know, is the gem of New Mexico. And the Air Center, as you know, the commission here, you have worked through the funding to push an infrastructure at the Air Center. And if you recall, a few years ago when when now Mayor Tim Jennings and others, especially the mayor, work towards receiving some capital outlay funding from the governor's office of $5 million to push infrastructure out there, and was for a water line to the southeast side of the airfield. That project, nearly $3 million, is now complete. We are moving, they are moving, not we, but they are moving toward phase 2, which is extend that water line and other infrastructure in the ground, which is so important to get sites shovel-ready for new companies to site. Save some money, save some time, and makes us more attractive as a place for new opportunities. So I'm anxious to see that estimate come in, so we continue to spend some more money, and County Manager Williams and I've been working, trying to get some estimates for months. But anyway, hopefully we'll get that soon. As you know, our airport terminal is a little older than some. But to me, I've always believed, and I will continue to believe, that it's the first impression that we have in our community in Chaves County and Roswell for people that's never been here. Now, those that have been here a long time, we're accustomed to it. We're nose blind, if you will. We're used to it. But I still believe that as we continue to grow and expand our opportunities at the Air Center, we need to make our first impression, which we don't get a second chance at, be the very best we can for people and companies. And as you know, we've had a number of companies come to Roswell, Chaves County for site visits for possibly locating their companies. So we contacted Mead & Hunt, which is a aviation company, and they came out at no cost to the city, the county, or the EDC, and conducted a terminal evaluation on where we can be in the future to make and really improve that facility. They were here the end of June. They've analyzed other reports, and of course, they're going to be bringing us more information so we can start planning towards how we can really make a difference in A, improving the terminal, B, a new terminal, or whatever they recommend. If you have the opportunity, I urge you to look at the Manhattan, Kansas airport terminal. And Mead & Hunt, the architect, was the architect behind that, and it's really a fabulous facility. They intend to provide drawings on a suitable terminal with us, for us, that will highlight the Roswell, Chaves County flavor and culture that we're known for. So it won't be a box building. It'll showcase our region of the world. I think that's really important. As you know, we've been working on a new parking lot at the air terminal. It's nearly complete, barring weather, which I don't think it's going to rain today, but any rain. But I think they're about 65-ish% complete, and they still anticipate that should be done by the end of August. So, which is good, because if you ever park there on some days, it's very limited. So anxious to see that happening. On another positive note, in September, for 2 to 3 weeks, Boeing will be returning for some more R&D and some testing. They're going to bring 120 people here to Chaves County for those few weeks to do testing. As you may or may not know, the Air Center has that very long runway. Why? It's 13,001 feet long, but it's the only ungrooved runway in the country, and that's why we are attracted to bring in companies like Boeing and Mitsubishi and Bombardier and a bunch of others to do testing right here at the Air Center. So just want to share that with you. It's something we have to get reapproved with the FAA, but we're in good shape. So great to have that economic push to help us out. We were awarded a grant by the State Economic Development Department. I haven't been here in a meeting with you formally for the last couple of months because I've been out doing the work of the EDC. But it's called the LEADS grant. And what the LEADS grant is, it's an application process. It's a visual presentation, and the grant is to help us with a project. Now, so let me explain the project that we are awarded funding for. As you know, we have a business retention expansion program where we go out and visit businesses throughout Chaves County to help find those issues and challenges they've been facing so we can help them continue to grow and develop, but more importantly, stay in business. If you were at the meeting yesterday, you heard our numbers, and we anticipate 40 businesses every month that we visit, which is pretty lofty, but it's doable. It's a good goal, but it's doable. I have Tiffany Salcido, that's what she does every day, and she goes out and visits folks, and most importantly, identify trends in the areas where they're having problems. Now, if they're having problems with permitting, and we hear that through the course of other businesses, then we know we have an issue we need to go find some solutions for. And that's the reason we have these visits. The companies that have already invested in our community, meet payroll by hiring folks, invest in capital investment to create a business, we want to help keep them in business the best way we can. The grant, $25,000, helps fund the software, the proper software to use to help track those type of visitations. We've been using an Excel spreadsheet for a few years. It works. It's not great, but we need something better. And there are programs out there. We've talked to other economic developers across the state and other places, and they agree on a couple companies, and that's what we're pursuing now. As you know, also, we provide a quarterly leadership or business seminar to our local business people. We've had several. This past year, we had 4, and we intend to have, obviously, one every quarter, the next one in sometime in September. And why is that important? Because that grant helps us pay also for those speakers for the cost. Lastly, if you read today's paper and if you were at yesterday's meeting, you may have met Terry Matter. And Terry is the vice chairman of the Reno Air Races. And we invited him here to Roswell at our annual meeting because we wanted him to see Roswell. So let me kind of explain what's going on, since the cat's out of the bag yesterday. The Reno Air Race Association, Racing Association, they've been hosting the National Championship Air Races for the last 59 years. They've missed 2 years. One was 9/11, and the other was during COVID. They are a well-organized, structured, nonprofit company, if you will, that basically they run the whole thing. Well, they've outgrown their location in Reno at the state airport, and because of encroachment, development, and other issues, and they're looking for a new home. I learned about that about 3 months ago, and I called them and verified that they were indeed looking for a new home. And I told them, I said, well, we're interested. Now, I didn't ask them, I hadn't talked with anyone here on the commission. I hadn't spoke with my boss, my chairman of my board, or even the mayor. And you called me, Commissioner, and I told you, and you remember the phone call. I said, I'm already on it. Do you remember that? And, well, so where we're at today is, I submitted the initial requests, wrote a letter for the mayor, and we got us on the docket. Now, the Reno Air Race annual event is normally in September, and in June they also have a training event for a few weeks. The economic impact conducted by the University of Nevada in Reno in 2019, that study showed that they had 68,810 unique visitors to the event. Their economic impact without multipliers was $100,372,000, over $100 million. If you had a conservative multiplier of 75 cents per dollar spent, you're talking nearly $200 million. The event will rival Albuquerque's Balloon Festival. As you know, the EDC is very actively involved in this project. We're very fortunate to have a group of people involved. Our strategic project director is the Mayor Pro Tem of the city of Roswell, right here, Christina Arnold. And the EDC is funding all the activities to get us to the point that we are the winner. So we created an initial committee. Now I'm going to say this, and you're probably going to chuckle because you're probably not used to the term. I've gotten used to it now. It's rah-rah. That sounds like a cheerleader, right? When I first called them, they answered the phone, rah, rah. I was going, I thought I had the wrong place. I thought I had the high school but it's Reno Air Racing Association. It's their acronym. And for us, it won't change, right? It'll still be rah, rah. So we created an initial committee, a core committee of folks, and we were invited to attend a pre-bidders conference in Reno, and 4 of us went. And they were Bob Korn, John Hitchcock, Christina Arnold, and myself. You know, when our first initial meetings before we went to the conference, we were skeptical of are we able to really be able to pull this off? Do we have the resources, the capacity, and the tools, and those type of things to be successful? After our visit in Reno at the conference, we realized, yes, we can. And when Bob Korn says, we're golden, right, Christina? And you know Bob Korn as well as we do, we're in a good spot. So we expanded our committee. We have hired Mead and Hunt, by the way, to write our proposal at EDC's expense. So we have a quality product that would be truly competitive of winning this event. Our proposal is not due until early August 11th, as a matter of fact. We've been feverishly writing, collecting information, fact gathering, taking pictures, you name it, for the project. And their goal, Reno Air Racing Association, RAH, today is they will select the top 4 candidates and create a short list. And with that short list, which I'm confident we'll be on, we will again attend the air races in September. After the races, we estimate they will review the packages, the 4 sites, and then they will do site visits. So that means we'll be right here in our hometown. That'll be a big deal. We're very fortunate that Terry Matter was here yesterday, and he got a preview of our Air Center. Let me share with you who's on our project leadership team, so you know who they are. They are Kyle Bullock with Bullock Jewelry. He does the service sector. The chief of police in Roswell, Lance Bateman. Their fire department, Dan Fuller. Matt Chappelle, he's the FAA tower chief. Commissioner Daradena. John Hitchcock, Christina Arnold, of course, myself, Chad Cole, the city manager, Bill Williams, the county manager, Mike Matthews, the deputy city manager, Karen Sanders, emergency services, Todd Wagner as a civil engineer, councilwoman for the city, Juliana Halverson, Councilman Robert Korn, and we have been meeting at least once a week, if not sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, to get us there. We are right on track to meeting all of the deadlines and timelines to get us ready. So we look forward to positive results, and we'll let you know when we hear of those results, and we'll start raising awareness here in Chaves County to get everyone's support. So with that, commissioners, I stand for your questions. That concludes my monthly report, and happy to answer anything that you have on your mind for me.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone have any questions?
I'd just like to say thank you very much, Mike, for this and for including me. My husband and I traveled to Reno. We drove. It's a heck of a drive. But we drove. We went up there in 2013, had a blast. It was amazing. We're NASCAR fans, so I had no idea. My husband had watched it on TV. I had no idea what I was in for. But I went along for the trip, and I'm so glad. This is a huge deal. I used to work and volunteer for the air show when we had the air show here many years ago. And this is nothing like that. This is just, it was incredible. It was a lot of fun. The teams, they're just amazing people. We had pit passes, we walked around. They all have themes, and they roll out the red carpet for the spectators. It's just so much fun, and a variety of people. I love to watch people, a variety of people, lots of families, lots of people there. It's, we hear all the time, oh, it's too expensive and all that. It's not. It's wonderful family, fun time, and I think we are perfect for it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you including me because I was so excited. In fact, when I found out about it, he revealed the secret to me. I think I squealed. I was like, because I knew exactly what it was. So thank you very much. I appreciate this. Thank you, Christina Arnold, City Councilwoman. I really appreciate you being on this. This woman here, these two are a dynamic duo. You give Christina something to do, and by gosh, she's on it. And then she drags me into it, and along with them. And I mean, let me tell you what, Chaves County, get ready, because with this and some other things that are going on, people told Christina Arnold and I in Santa Fe, no, you can't do that. And guess what we said? We said, you said the wrong word to the wrong people. We're going to get stuff done in Chaves County. We're going to make Chaves County better and get on the train, because we're going down that track and we're going to have fun and we're going to improve Chaves County. You're going to see it within the next few years. And thank you, Mike, for everything that you do, because you're another one that doesn't like the word no. So I appreciate that, because we've kind of drug you along on some other stuff too. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for both of you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you both. Christina, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you because I couldn't see you. But thank you for being here. Anyone else have any questions, comments?
Christina, would you like to say anything?
I actually would like to say I was kind of skeptical that from the first moment I heard about it, that Mike told me, I was actually like, hell yeah, we're going. And it's been very exciting to learn actually what Chaves County is capable. When you look at the full demographics and what we actually have to offer, not just in this area, but including surrounding areas, Lee County, Eddy County, Ruidoso, we have so much potential. And this is just kind of, I call August 31st, which is when they actually come forth with who the top four, I call it champagne or tequila night. So, but I think it's actually a foretelling of what's to come, because now that we know all the data together, like I said, Commissioner Dana said, this is actually just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Tamara, you want to get up and give us an update? Sure. Thank you.
Good morning. Tamara Schubert with the Chaves County Cooperative Extension Service. And so most of y'all know 4-H is our busy time during the summer, and so that's kind of what we've been doing. We started at the end of June. We took 28 youth over to Portales for a district contest, with almost all of them coming back in the top 5. So that was really great for our young ones. We immediately took 9 youth to nationals for national shooting sports, which is double what we've been able to take last year. And we had individuals and teams placing in the top 15 in the nation, which was great for our youth. We turned around directly from there and took 12 more youth to state conference, which we came home with the first place pasture and range team with high individuals in that as well, and second place in our hippology and our horse judging. So our kids are doing great. We are in the middle of county fair right now, which is where I left Drew this morning. He's holding down the steer show for us. And so they conclude fair this evening with awards, and tomorrow with the junior livestock sell. Sorry, it's been a long week, y'all. So everybody's invited to come out and join us for that. Drew is still doing pecan weevil workshops throughout the summer. We've had our first one at the office, and so that really kicked off last year with his initiative. But we have a busy rest of the summer and headed into fall. and lots of things going on. But if y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, thank you, Tamara. Anyone have any questions for Tamara?
Just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to point out that the road department's been pretty busy during the county fair too, because they always help assist with mosquito spraying and water distribution to keep some of the dust down and some of the mosquitoes that look like flies out of the way.
Thank you, Joe, for doing that. I'd like to, Rita, is that you back there?
Yes, and I want to.
You get to talk twice today?
I want to say something
About the
before
flies.
everybody leaves. I'm Rita Kane Dorhofer. I want to let you know what happened yesterday. The United States sends a flag around to the different states, the lower 48. We received the flag, the Patriot Guard Riders. We were 40 strong, bringing in the flag. But almost everybody, you know, I go around and I chat with everybody. They said, your sheriff's department was so great in bringing in the flag, and they were just so good. I think everybody should know that it's the sheriff's department. And I said, with a straight face, well, we're Chaves County. What do you expect? But I think that you should know. And one of the officers, he's got the male dog way in back there. He was one of the ones that brought in the flag. And it was a great, we had 40 people there. We had the state there. We had, well, we didn't have hardly anybody from the county but me and the Patriot Guard Riders. So I want you to know that our sheriff's department did us proud. Thank you.
Thank you. What will we talk about later? Mr. Briscoe, would you get up and introduce yourself to the, we appreciate what you're doing and the job you're doing.
Commissioners, County Manager, first I just want to say thanks. Transitioning from the state to the county wide open arms, and I appreciate that for the support. So I come from the Department of Corrections. I actually started my career in corrections at the Chaves County Detention Center when I was like 19 years old. So to make the full circle and come back 20 years later as the administrator, I appreciate that. And everyone's saying, well, we're going to get it back up to where it was. No, we're not. We're going to get it past that bar. I think that bar's set too low. So I believe we're going to go higher than that. Some of the things we're working on is security upgrades. When I got there, I did a security assessment, found multiple things wrong there that we need to work on. One being a fence upgrade. The fence that's around our perimeter is not adequate. It's not adequate to do what we need to do. And then I understand all of our inmates are under one roof, but in case of emergency or anything, I need a place to evacuate them to. So that was the reasoning that we're doing the fence upgrade. Also, the body scanner, we got a body scanner. That thing is already proven to be successful. I'm working on the policy on that and the procedure on that, the SOP, copying it off the states. And I should have that up and going. The policy is going this week. Another one of my big deals is key accountability. In correctional settings and detention, keys are key, right? I mean, we gotta have keys. So I'm gonna implement a whole new process for the key system, checking in and checking out. The system, it's called Key Watcher. It's an automated system where you actually roll your thumb and it verifies who you are and what keys you're assigned to or what you can get. It's just a really great tool for correctional settings. And for the cost of it and for what it's gonna do for us, severely outweighs, so I fully intend on going with that. Recruitment. So our low staff numbers, that's not a Chaves County problem. That's a problem in adult corrections, juvenile corrections. That's just not here. That's in the whole world. Everyone has problems filling these. Getting our pay up is going to help. Also, we're doing a bunch of recruitment. My opinion is any recruitment within an hour of Chaves County, we're going to be attending that, and we're going to hit recruitment hard. The more staff I have, the safer facility I can run. So, plus my guys are not getting burned out as well. Training. When I got there, I looked at the training curriculum, and it's very under par. It's not where it needs to be. So I'm looking at the policy and procedure on that. And we're gonna be changing that policy as well, just to afford more training and more training that they need, that's on-the-job training, that not just something they read out of a book, right? Hands-on. I fully intend on bringing some programs into the jail, educational, religious, drug rehab, a bunch of programs like that. The reasoning for that is because, first of all, our job is also recidivism, right? How do we keep them out of there? How do we correct this behavior? And in correctional settings, programming is the way to go on that. So I fully intend on doing that. I do want to make some moves over there, moving the courtroom, moving a training center, and some stuff like that, just to better facilitate that place. So I will be giving a proposal to the county manager as to what my plans are on that, and hopefully moving forward with that, just so we could be more streamlined, more efficient, and overall better. Okay? Once again, I thank you guys. I appreciate everything that you've done for me already. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you. Anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Briscoe. Come to find out, we were neighbors many years ago. My memory is lagging. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for stepping up.
Yes, ma'am.
We really appreciate this. It's a tough job that nobody wants, but you stepped up, and I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to agenda item number 1, public hearing. Who's up?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Chairman, Commissioners. This is agenda item number 1, public hearing to accept suggestions and ideas for projects for fiscal year 2025-2029 infrastructure capital improvements plan known as ICIP. The purpose of this public hearing is to seek suggestions and ideas for projects that may be considered for the Chaves County ICIP. The requirement for a project is to be $25,000 or more, must have a life expectancy at least of 10 years, and must benefit the community. I will stand in for any questions.
Does anyone have any questions? Okay, is there anyone from the public that would like to bring anything forward?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as you can see, there's a very robust list from all the different departments within Chaves County on the infrastructure capital improvement plan for 25 to 29, and I'll finish up after Mr. McLean finishes.
Go ahead,
up.
Mr.
Didn't see him.
Thank you.
Lieutenant McLean, Chaves County Detention Center. Commissioners, thank you for having us here today. I had mentioned to the county manager about something that's coming up, and I just wanted to mention it for the public as well. Chaves County is putting on its own job fair just for Chaves County in 3 weeks. So August 18th from 8 to 4, we will be having a job fair here at Chaves County in the Rotunda just for Chaves County Sheriff's Office Detention Road, trying to get the word out as much as we can to get more employees just for Chaves County. So we'll be looking at putting that on August 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead. Bill.
Back to our public hearing. Infrastructure capital improvement plan, we have an entire list of proposals from all the different departments, volunteer fire stations, other entities within Chaves County that have been presented to us as they do every year. Additionally, we gave you the list of the top 10 projects from last year, kind of showing what they were, and I also prepared a proposed list of the top 10 for this year. I put 15 on there in case you guys want to mix and match, and of course this entire list you could draw from if you wanted to prioritize the top 10. We have to turn that in to Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District by August 16th, so just prior to our meeting. So it'd be good if we could go ahead and discuss the top 10 as well. You'll notice there are some items on here that are very high priority to the county, but they're listed pretty low, like the East Pine Lodge Road Improvement, West Brasher Bridge Replacement. The reason those are listed, those two happen to be listed 11 and 12, it's because we actually already have the funding for those, but those projects are not completed yet, so we don't want to remove them. We want to keep them close on hand. The East Pine Lodge Road pavement, we have not received the contracts yet, but we should have the bulk of the money we need to do that road. So we want to keep them on there, but they aren't necessarily a high priority. That's why some of these projects are on there. The Chaves County Cultural Plaza, as you recall, Main Street, Roswell, came up with $2.1 million grant. They were going to work with the city as the fiscal agent, the city, and keep the city, Main Street, Roswell, Chaves County, all of us met and determined it was probably better to move it to another piece of property that belongs to Chaves County. So the city actually reverted the funds back to the state. The state is in the process of redrawing the agreement, and they will give that agreement to us to be the fiscal agent for the Chaves County Cultural Plaza. And again, that's the vacant lot behind the parking at the courthouse. The plan has been for many years to probably put up some barricades like on the freeways in Albuquerque, just some sound barriers, so when the train goes by, it'll cut down some of the sound. As we know, when the train goes by, you're going to hear it. But a seating area, shade trees, probably a little raised section for a stage. It hasn't been designed, but that would go there. It would just be an alternative place to have events that happen on the courthouse lawn all the time, kind of protect the lawn. The farmer's market could be there. The parking is available. People don't have to close down streets. So that's an ongoing project that we've had, and now the money has come forward. So that's why it's on our list, but it's pretty far down because they already have the money. We do have some in-kind contributions. For instance, the land will go towards our portion of that. But anyway, that's a community project that we're all working on. But anyway, we have the top 10, what we believe are the most important projects within the county, and we stand for questions if you have any. I think we have representatives from most departments that could talk to you about what they have listed on this top 10 list. And again, if you need to mix and match, or it would be nice if when we get to item number 4 and you approve the resolution adopting the fiscal year 25 to 29 infrastructure capital improvement plan, that you could also include this top 10 list as well, so we could present it to Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Commissioners, anyone want to take a stab at this, ask questions? Everyone want to come forward? Once again, is there anyone in the audience that has anything they want to add to or discuss?
And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, if you'd like, when you do the resolution R23030 to approve it, I believe you could add and include the top 10 as we discussed when you approve that as item number 4. But I'll leave that to your discretion. Thank you.
Bill, those items in the East Pine Lodge and the West Brasher Bridge replacement, they're already in. I mean, would they be part of the top 10 or?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, last year the East Pine Lodge Road pavement replacement was item number 5. The bridge was, I don't see it on last year's, maybe because the funding came at the end of the prior year and we kind of moved it down the list as well last year. But would you like to talk about that, Joe, where we're at on those projects?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. We'll start with the West Brasher Bridge. I believe we were in the design phase still. Is that correct, Mac? We met with the engineer out there a couple of months ago, took a look at it. I don't think we've gotten anything back on that yet. We did receive from our transportation project fund through New Mexico DOT $1.25 million for that project, along with another $500,000 capital outlay money from the legislature for a total project $1.75. So I think that's why it's down, like Bill said, lower on the list. It's not a priority. We are fully funded. It may vary a little with the way prices go up and down the way they have in the last couple of years due to COVID. East Hobson, excuse me, that was on my list this year, for this year's TPF, and I think I requested right at $1 million for East Hobson from Oak Clovis Highway all the way to Bitter Lakes to do a rejuvenating process on it.
East Pine Lodge.
What'd I say?
Hobson.
Oh, no. Well, see,
It doesn't
that's
go
how
to
long
Bitter
we've been
Lake.
working on Hobson.
No.
No, Hobson's
Figure out how
done.
you get it.
We're not doing anything on Hobson. We don't even drive out by Hobson, so. Yeah.
I'm glad
By
the
the way,
legislators were out.
yeah.
I know Hobson is a
East
touchy
Pine Lodge,
subject.
Santa Fe
please.
says, don't ever say Hobson again.
Yeah, that's, yeah, never mind. My bad. East Pine Lodge Road from Oak Clovis Highway all the way up to Bitter Lakes Wildlife Refuge. And then intersecting with Red Bridge, North Red Bridge Road from Pine Lodge south to 380. That's the impromptu relief route around the east side of town. That happened probably 6-7 years ago when the city did some work on East 2nd and Atkinson, the actual relief route on the truck route. Diverted everybody to the east, and once the truck drivers found out it was there, that's the way to go. You stop twice, and you're on your way down the highway again. So that road's taken a beating. So we requested through TPF funds $900,000. No, right at $1 million, and I think we got 900. Is that correct for capital outlay from legislative? So we're good there as well. And we're still in the planning phases for it. We haven't done anything, but we'll start on it next year.
Any questions for Joe? Thank you.
Not Hobson, not Hobson.
You confused me. There's nobody here from the Flood Commission.
I was going to ask what the status of the Macho.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I do not see Mr. Hotelan, the Director from the Flood Commission, this morning. They, of course, received funding from NCRS in the amount of $937,500, and they have a matching component to this deal, which is why it's on here. It's critical for them to get the money to do it. This is a reimbursable grant, and so they're concerned about using their funds and then waiting to make sure that it gets reimbursed by NCRS, which is why it's a high priority of theirs. It was actually their #1 priority, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah. And we felt we should include it on the Chaves County ranking. They do have monies to get it going and probably have the funding to complete it. Well, they do have the funding to complete it. It'll just make it tight for them. So that's why they wanted to have the ability to request legislative capital outlay on it. And that's why we included it on the top 10 list. And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Chief Deputy Eastless, Charles, do you have any information on the new command post vehicle for the Sheriff's Department?
I don't. We recently wrapped the command post that we have, and Lieutenant Drake, he oversaw that project, and I think that we're going to hang on to it for a little bit. It just needed some maintenance, and those things hadn't been done years prior. I think that it's a good command post. It serves our purposes. And so at this time, we've already wrapped it. If you haven't seen it, it's out in front of the sheriff's office with a new wrap on it. We have a list of things that we're going to get fixed and updated on it. And I think for now, it's going to serve our purposes. I think we can revisit that at another time.
Mr. Chairman and Bill and Charles, this was a discussion that we had also too with Lance Bateman, and he was wanting to look at trying to get a vehicle for RPD. Dan Jennings, no, it wasn't Dan, it was someone else, had said there's grant funding out there. Right. And so he sent a link for command vehicles and stuff like that. So
we'll always take the grant funding.
Yeah. So I'll send you the link.
Please do.
I think it was Lance that had some of that information too, but I'll get it over to you because there are there is some extra funding out there. I think it's through federal,
Right. And
if I remember right, but.
And it would be
yeah.
nice to have something a little bit smaller that's self-contained, that
That's
doesn't take
what-
40 acres to turn around.
That's what
But-
RPD was saying too. They want to go
Right.
with something a little smaller. It's a
Exactly.
lot easier to maintain and move around, so.
And depending on the crime scene and the purpose for it.
Right.
Sometimes you need the smaller vehicle.
Right.
If we're out in a, which we typically are, in a rural area, the trailer does great. It's huge. It's great for things such as the fair and things like that.
Right.
But if we need to get down a road.
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
It's fun to just watch the turn. So,
So, yeah, I'll get you that information too, because they said there is some funding out there, so.
Perfect.
Cool, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, in addition, the Sheriff's Department had their sheriff's vehicles on the list for the ICIP. We didn't put it on this list. They usually get those funded through the junior bill. And so we thought, well, maybe we should keep that space open for one of our other large projects because they seem to be pretty able to get funding for vehicles through that. Is that a fair assessment, Charles?
It used to be, I believe we received 100,000 this year. By the time I purchase a vehicle, on our state contract, they're about 43,000 apiece, and then it averages 10 to 15,000 to upfit them, and that includes the lights, the radios, and things such as that. So by the time you're done, you have about $60,000 in one vehicle. We ran into an issue where apparently 2019, for whatever reason, the Fords that we purchased, we've had more problems with those trucks, and they are under 60,000 miles. We have one that needs a complete new engine, and it's at 60,000 miles. And we've had recall after recall, so I don't know what happened with that particular year, but we've gone away from the Fords and now gone to the Chevys. So we haven't had any issues with those. But going back to the funding, you know, the 100,000 is great. We're looking at probably having, well, not probably, we'll have to put in our own funding as well. So it'd be nice to see. I think we talked about a vehicle and a half during.
So
And the half is the upfitting.
the reason I ask is you said that for the time being, the command post was probably not your top priority. So if we
No.
were to remove that and put sheriff's vehicles in there?
It would, you know, the vehicles would be outstanding because right now we are, and I can have Lieutenant Drake speak a little more on it. We are having a lot of issues, like I said, with that particular year. And Lucia can tell you, she sends them down the hall on a regular basis. But for some reason, 2019 into 2020, just, they didn't build a vehicle, a good vehicle at all. So in retrospect, yes, the vehicles would be greatly appreciated and needed.
Okay.
What's that?
And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, one more thing. We have the voting machine warehouse on here as item number 8. The reason it's down below the top 10 is we really need to clear out the building across the street before we feel like we should get it, but we definitely want to get it on the radar, whether it's that or another location. That's probably one that's going to come up within the next couple of years. Like I say, it may not need to be ranked higher than that for 2025, but we certainly know that will be coming soon.
Mr. Chairman and Bill, okay, so the voting machine warehouse, that's currently across the street, is that correct?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, that's really undetermined. The way it's written in the ICIP, it could be a new building, it could be a remodel of a building, it could be any number of things. That is one of the options we have when that building is cleared out, to reconstruct it to make a good facility for them. It's also a good possibility to keep them in Area D, just retrofit that to an actual voting center. Once dispatch is moved in there, we still have about 3/4 of the building left, probably a little less than maybe 5/8 of the building left, and it works well. We were always throwing around the idea, who could we move into Area D? If we put in dispatch in one portion, who takes care of the other portion? At one point, we thought maybe cooperative extension would fit well there. Of course, now we're in the process of purchasing a building for them, and so that takes them out of the link. So it could be any number of places. The building across the street is one of the places that we discussed, but we're just a little premature in pulling the trigger on deciding where that's going to be, and we haven't really had a whole lot of conversation with our clerk about it yet. We've had general conversations, but no specific stuff.
How far are we with the dispatch? I mean,
We have a set of plans, and we're going to be preparing the RFP, would you say by September? Yeah, the RFP should go out, so we know what the cost of remodeling it are. But we've got the bathrooms in place, we've got the plumbing, the kitchenette. We have a full set of plans now for the direction we need to go to make that a fully functional facility. And once we go out for RFP, it would probably take us 12 to 18 months, hopefully, to complete that.
so we'll still be able to use that area for right now for the warehouse, for the voting machines?
Correct, and even after dispatch is there, the area that they're utilizing for storage does not
Okay.
impact dispatch.
And they're.
And the voting area and the voter greeting area does not impact anything that will happen with dispatch. And so it kind of comes down to the, do they need more room? Do they want it designed specifically for their needs? And if so, then probably someplace like across the street would be better. If they like both locations are good, I think. There are pros and cons to both, so we just kind of need to sit down and figure out which one's going to work best. But it seems as if that location could continue to work, or we could develop a totally new location to fit their needs, depending on
Well,
how
if you have both of them down there in Area D, though, you're going to have to make sure dispatch is secure, and you're going to have to make sure the voting machines are secure. Plus, if you use it as a voting center, you've got people coming in and out.
Yes.
So,
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, the dispatch entrances are totally separate as they are here now. No one enters or exits without appropriate certification, I guess. They will have their secure parking. It'll just be basically a sequestered area in the back of Area D, just like there's a sequestered area in this building now. So it could be multiple purpose, whether it was for the county clerk or for some other entity or need, just whatever we deem as the best, most economic use of money, all those things that will come into play as we discuss it. But it is on the horizon, so
okay.
hope,
Thank
light at the end of the tunnel kind of
you.
thing.
Really, thank you.
Bill, why is the extension building, why is that amount $900,000?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the amount that's on there, I believe may have been on there when we were talking about redesigning the building across the street. I'm not sure that that's an actual amount. We got a quote from a CES contractor, and he just extrapolated it out. It's roughly a 5,000 square foot building, so painting 5,000 square foot of wall, 8 foot tall, is this much per square foot. We don't need to repaint the entire building. He did put down 5,000 square foot of flooring, and probably all the flooring will need to be replaced, so that's probably a good number. But the demo is for 5,000 square feet. Again, we only need to demo a few walls, we only need to reconstruct a few walls, so that number that the contractor gave us was just a worst case scenario. We believe that the remodel of the cooperative extension, the building that we're purchasing, the I Associates building, will entail just tearing out the center walls, putting some new office entrances in, windows, doorways, and make it what they need. So it should be a lot less than $900,000.
So
we don't know for sure, but
that number was not intended to cover the purchase price?
no.
Okay.
No, that was when we were talking about remodeling the building across the street where they're housed currently. That's
7, if we're not going to include command post, what's the dollar amount you want to throw at vehicles?
Adriana, do you know the dollar amount that the SO turned in for sheriff's vehicles?
Yes, 250,000 for the next 5 years. They're looking at vehicles for the next 5 years.
So that's basically one vehicle a year?
What, 250,000, how many vehicles will that be? 3?
That's one.
It would be for, it's about 120,000 for 2, so 240,000 for 4.
Okay. So if you would like, we could scratch the command post vehicle and put in the sheriff's vehicles. And again, when we present this to the legislators, they ask us to limit it to our top 3 priority, but we don't get into too much trouble if we go as many as 5. So, but when monies are available and funding's available, it sure shows good faith on our part if it's a high ranking. If it's ranked number 800 or 87 and money comes available for something, it's like, really, how bad do you need it? But if it is on our top 10 list and money's become available, they know that it is an important project for us. So that's why we'd keep it. We might not present it directly to the legislators when the time comes, but it'll definitely be very close to that area.
And the funding would help out tremendously because we're not just looking at trucks for patrol. We're looking at replacing the canine vehicles. Right now, they're about 160,000, maybe give or take 100. I know they're over 120,000. But when we're talking about a canine vehicle, you have the $12,000 to $15,000 to upfit it. Now you have an additional $5,000 to $7,000 just for the cage. And so by the time we invest in that vehicle, we're upside down. So we don't have any choice but to continually put money into it. And those particular vehicles, the turbos are always going out. They're notorious for that. We've replaced them 2 or 3 times. So they're going to eventually need to be upgraded.
Commissioner Perry, you got anything you want to? Good.
What is the concrete repair for here?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as you walk in the front, you see where the trees, they only had a 4x4 square for the trees to get their water. And of course, the trees have started to die because the roots aren't getting the water they need. But it's also heaved the concrete in all the areas out directly in front. And we have taken grinders to it and ground it down to keep the safety as best we can. We would like to replace that concrete, replace the landscaping that's there, probably put up some bollards at the request of the Sheriff's Department so that if someone wanted to try to attack the building with a vehicle, there would be some kind of a barrier there to stop them. So it would encompass that entire area directly in front of the building to replace the safety hazards that we have and to correct the dying landscaping before it's all dead. Do you have anything to add on that, Scott?
The price should be just on the high side.
Can you come to the microphone so people in Facebook land can hear you? Because it is a public hearing, so be sure they're all included.
The price should be just on the high side with inflation in mind. I priced it for like doing it right now, so if it's put off any longer, it might go up a little bit. And that was just the price was based on square foot pricing.
Can you also tell us about the courthouse roof needs? I know you replaced a lot of the courthouse roof last year, the year before, so how critical is this? I know it needs to be done, but are we talking a year, are we talking 3 years?
So we re-roofed just recently about 2/3 of the courthouse roof, the TPO membrane. The remaining TPO membrane, the life of that roof is about 2 to 3 years out. We're starting to see a little bit of decay or rotting. We'll be able to keep it patched up, but in 2 or 3 years, we're going to need to replace that area as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the St. Mary's Complex parking lot, again, that's the area around the medical buildings next door. It's not this parking lot, and we expect funding to be coming for that. We just haven't got the contracts yet. That's why it's still on the list. It's down pretty low, but we only got enough funding to do a portion of that, so we want to keep it a little higher than the very bottom of the list, but we do have funding for it, and we could use some more funding to complete the entire project, which would need to have some drainage considerations put in that aren't there to prevent it from deteriorating as quickly as it has. Well, I mean, it's been there, I guess, for 40 years. I guess it hadn't deteriorated too quickly, but we want to make sure it lasts when we do it, redo it.
So if we're going to go with 250 on sheriff vehicles, what priority do we, 240, do we make that?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, again, I think if we left it at number 7, it still leaves it on our top 10, so when funding does become available, we hate to ask the legislators specifically for things for the SO because they generally have other funding sources, and so we try to save those top 3 presentation spots for things that that we absolutely have to ask the legislators for help for. Law enforcement funding, there's a lot of other opportunities that pop up, and just so we can show in good faith that it's a prime consideration of ours is why we list them in the top 10, but not necessarily at the top of our list, unless it is an absolute must-have today need, which we know vehicles are important, but we're doing okay, better than you were a few years ago.
A lot better.
Is there anyone on Facebook got any comments?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to look at the top 10. There's not anything you want to, outside of changing.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, my understanding is the only thing we're changing from the top 10, which are all that are important here, is the SO vehicles in place of the command post,
Okay.
which would mean that Chaves County Health Department is our #1 rank health department building. Pecos Valley Dispatch and Emergency Services construction and remodel is #2. Chaves County Cooperative Extension Building remodel, retrofit, whatever you want to call it, is #3. Flood Commission, Macho Draw Flood Diversion renovation and repair is #4. Chaves County Administrative Center concrete repairs is 5. Chaves County Courthouse roof replacement is #6. Sheriff's Department vehicles would be #7. Chaves County voting machine warehouse would be #8. The Chaves County Cultural Plaza would be #9, and the Chaves County St. Mary's Complex parking lots would be #10. And like I say, if when we do the resolution on agenda item #4, we could add and approve the top 10 priority projects for 25 to 29, if that's acceptable to you guys.
Do we need to leave the courthouse roof replacement in the top 10?
I believe that we should.
Okay.
Just, we might have an opportunity that we don't know about to go ahead and get funding. I'd rather do it a couple years ahead of time rather than a couple of years too late. And again, this is the 2025 ranking, so it's actually in the future as we sit.
Okay.
And, Mr. Chairman, I want to remind you, it's a public hearing, so if you'd like to ask if there's anyone who wants to add to this top 10 list, it would be a good idea.
Right. Anyone else want to comment, ask, debate? Going once? Going twice? We're done.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So do we need to make a motion to accept these, or?
Mr. Chairman, no. Agenda item number 4 is the actual
Yeah,
resolution to approve the ICIP, so I think if we did it during that, it would be more appropriate.
Okay.
But the public hearing is of course, separate from the resolution. Thank you.
Okay, so, all right. We'll move on to agenda item number 2, the agreement A-23-030, ratification between Chaves County and New Mexico Transportation and Traffic Safety Division. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners. As to agenda item number 2, agreement 8-23-030, ratification between Chaves County and the New Mexico Transportation Traffic Safety Division.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes, sir.
We, on our agenda, both number 2 and number 4 are,
Yeah.
sorry, one's an agreement, one's a resolution.
Yeah.
My bad.
The Chaves County LDWI program would like the ratification approval for the fiscal year 24 agreement between Chaves County and New Mexico Department of Transportation. The amount awarded for fiscal year 24 is $12,750. This amount will partially pay for one of the DWI court compliance officers. The term of this agreement will be from July 16th, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. Staff recommends approval, and I stand for questions.
Anyone have any questions for?
I have a question. Is this consistent with years past, this $12,750? Is that we've done that in the past?
County Commissioners, it varies. You mean the amount, if it's consistent, or?
Well, is it consistent with what we've done?
It has been in the past 3-4 years. Last fiscal year, we received a little bit more, around $4,000 more. This fiscal year, it was, less, but it's around anywhere from 11 to 16,000 the last 3-4 years.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve ratification of agreement A-23-030 between Chaves County and the New Mexico Transportation Traffic Safety Division for the amount awarded of $12,750.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Perry for agreement A-23-030. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, agenda item number 3, resolution R-23-029, approval of the 2023 final quarter financial reports. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 3 is the resolution R-23-029, approval of 2023 financial quarter report. The New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration requires that the fourth quarter financial report for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 be approved by the governing body. Staff recommends approval.
Anyone have any questions? Everybody's like me, I have a hard time finding it.
Yes.
Trying
Lots
to keep
to
up.
flip through.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of resolution R-23-029, which is the 2023 final quarter financial report.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for resolution R-23-029. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 4, resolution R-23-030, approval, approve the adoption of fiscal year, oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
My apologies. I'm sorry that I interrupted. I just wanted to, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, just wanted to let you know that today is Tony's last day. She is going to be leaving to pursue another opportunity, and I just wanted to publicly state that, she has been an asset to the Treasurer's Office. And as part of my team, I am supportive of any of my staff that would like to pursue another opportunity. She will be missed. And just, she has been just an asset, a complete asset. And I'm sorry to see her go, but again, I am going to be supportive.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, agenda item number 4. Resolution of R-23-030, approval and adoption of fiscal year 2025-29 infrastructure capital improvement plan.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. This is agenda number 4, resolution R-23-030, adopting the fiscal year 2025-2029 infrastructure capital improvements plan and authorizing the permission of access forms. This resolution is for adopting the fiscal year 2025-2029 ICIP and authorizing the permission of access forms. Staff recommends approval of resolution.
You want to have any questions?
And the top 10
Top 10.
Yes.
projects.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of resolution R-23030, which is the adoption of fiscal year 25 to 29 ICIP and authorizing the processing of forms and including the top 10 priority projects as amended with relation to item number 7.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor, for approval of resolution R-23-030. I don't know how to finish that. Good enough? You got it. All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 5 is resolution R-23031, which opposes the listing of the Dunes sagebrush lizard as an endangered species. This resolution opposes the proposed listing by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service of the Dunes sagebrush lizard as an endangered species. This proposed listing is wrought with inaccuracies and composed of studies which support the proposed outcome rather than utilizing all available information for the listing efforts. Staff would recommend approval of this opposition.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of resolution R-23-031, opposing the listing of the Dunes sagebrush lizard as an endangered species.
And I gladly second.
Commissioner Perry, motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Perry, to approve resolution R-23-031. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I want to comment a little bit about Bill Williams. He's, a lot of the other counties followed his leads on these resolutions that he writes, and I know Bill takes great pains to put exactly what needs to be said, and there's no misunderstanding, and I commend you on that.
Thank you.
By being a leader in that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 6 is resolution R-23032 to join the declaratory judgment action filed against the Cabinet Secretary of the General Services Department. And I'm a little nervous because I knew that this is legal stuff and that Commissioner Ezell was going to have to correct me throughout the entire presentation. So I started off strong. This resolution is permission to join the declaratory judgment against action filed against the General Services Department by New Mexico counties. This action is in reference to the laws of 2023 invoices that were sent to all New Mexico counties on June 15, 2023. These invoices were for prior years, were an assessment to cover a shortfall in the state of New Mexico health plan deficit. The total of the Chaves County assessment was $584,237.23. It is reported that the fund has a deficit of $119 million. Staff recommends approval of joining this action.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-23032, whereby Chaves County will join the declaratory judgment action filed against the Cabinet Secretary of the General Services Department.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Ezell, seconded by Commissioner Taylor, to approve Resolution R-23-032. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 7 is for Resolution R-23033, supporting the City of Roswell's proposal to the Reno Air Racing Association. This resolution is to support the City of Roswell in their proposal to the Reno Air Racing Association future racing endeavors at the Roswell Air Center. This event would have a huge economic impact for the City of Roswell, Chaves County, as well as the entire region. This event is seeing its last season in Reno and is looking for a new home. Staff recommends approval of Resolution R-23033. And Mr. Chairman, the clerk has.
I don't believe there was a vote taken on number 5.
Aye.
Aye, we did.
Aye.
We did vote. Yeah, we did.
Yes. Yes, some people were a little louder than others. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. No, just kidding.
Thank you for making sure we do it right.
But thank you, Cindy, but we did vote. It
Yes.
passed. That one I would remember. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve Resolution R-23-033, supporting the City of Roswell's proposal to the Reno Air Racing Association.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Ezell to approve Resolution R-23-033. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and County Commissioners. Agenda item number 8 is Resolution R-23-034, which is the fixed asset inventory. This resolution will approve the Chaves County capital fixed assets as of June 30th, 2023. The link provided will take you to the list, the asset listing report. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-23-034, accepting the fixed asset inventory report as of June 30th, 2023 for all of Chaves County's capital fixed asset items.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell to approve Resolution R-23-034. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Matt, we're chasing our computers up here.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 9 is Resolution R-23-035 and Agreement A-23-031 between Chaves County and Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District Council of Governments for annual membership. This will authorize Chaves County's membership in The Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District, Chaves County has budgeted funds for this membership. Southeast New Mexico Economic Development District provides planning, technical assistance, and capacity building services to local governments in our region. We appreciate all Dora and her staff do for Chaves County. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of Resolution R-23-035 and Agreement A-23-031 between Chaves County and the Southeast New Mexico Development District, Economic Development District, and Council of Governments for our annual membership.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of resolutions R-23-035 and Agreement A-23-031. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Agenda item 10.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. I will be having two agenda items this morning before you. The first one that I will present is the final adjustment to close out fiscal year 2023's budget, and the next one will be the approval for the final budget for the new year. And so with that, agenda item number 10 is Resolution R-23-036. This is the budget adjustment resolution for fiscal year 2023. And so we're requesting budget adjustments for line items that are in Exhibit A. These are for various items like the GRT admin fees, a reclass of budget for DWI grant, a reclass of budget for USDA contract expenditures, and also for the recording of the medical insurance contingent liability that's pending lawsuit. And so this was discussed and approved in Resolution R-23-032. And just to note, this adjustment is only to reflect those billed amounts as a liability, but it will not be paid in the closing of the fiscal year. This just becomes part of our GAAP compliance, and so this will be an obligation that will probably be a liability depending on the events that occur in the future on that lawsuit. And we do record this as a debit to the expense and a credit for the accrued liability line. And staff does recommend approval of Resolution R-23-036.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-23-036 Budget Adjustment Resolution for fiscal year 2023.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of Resolution R-23-036. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And now that we're out with the old and we'll be in with the new for the new fiscal year, agenda item number 11 is Resolution R-23-037. This will be the approval of the final budget for 2023-2024. I just want to point out this is a contrast of budgets, and this shows how a budget is always in beta. And so we really try to strive to budget for all the unanticipated events and really try to meet those goals for our new budget. And so a quick thank you again to our Finance Committee and to all our department heads for doing all their diligent work in doing the budget preparation for this year. And so with this, attached for your approval is the final budget recapitulation for fiscal year 23-24. This budget does include the unaudited beginning cash balances. And so if you see on your attachments there that was on the agenda, the budget recap for all funds, which will be the table that's on the agenda that's showing all the funds. The total amount is $63,366,347. That will be the budget for all expenditures. I just wanted to point out we did have a couple revised and additions for fiscal year 2024's budget. One of them is the transport van for the detention center. This is an insurance recovery for a vehicle that was in an accident. And so right now that is a tentative amount of $60,000. The other one is the building, as mentioned, that is right behind us on 1610 Southeast Main. Right now that they are working on the title search for that, and this closing will be scheduled very soon. The other one is the CAP and co-op grant amounts that Mr. Rogers had presented last month for the road department. Another one is a storage building that was approved in prior fiscal year but was not completed by June 30th of this past fiscal year. And also an amendment for the medical services for detention. You will be seeing this in the upcoming agenda item, that we are tentatively changing providers, and so there might be an overlap in expense during that transition. Those are the changes from the interim to the final budget for fiscal year 2024. I stand for any questions and ask for approval.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-23-037, which approves the 2023-24 fiscal year budget.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of Resolution R-23-037. All in favor say aye.
Aye. And with thanks to Annabelle and her staff.
Yep. Motion carries.
Thank you.
And item number 12.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Agenda item number 12, Resolution R-23038, approving the county to pick up the PERA contribution rate increase. You did approve this last commission meeting. We had to go through and make a few changes for PERA's legal team to accept our resolution. So all this is adding in that language for them. Nothing else has changed. So Chaves County Resolution R-23038 proposes Chaves County to pick up the 0.50% PERA contribution rate increase for employees as approved in the interim budget for fiscal year 23-24 on May 11th. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Taylor.
I move approval of Resolution R-23-038, approving county to pick up PERA statutory contribution rate increase.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of Resolution R-23-038. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 13 is for, make sure I get this right, emergency procurement EM-24-1 for inmate medical services. Chaves County received and accepted a 60-day termination letter from the current medical services provider at the Chaves County Detention Center. Due to time constraints for transition, a formal solicitation process will not meet the need for continued medical services at the detention center. Interviews were held by both runner-ups to the prior RFP solicitation. After review and discussion, staff recommends approval of EM-24-1 for inmate medical services to Roadrunner Health Services in the amount of $1,928,569 for the next 11 months, or until a competitive solicitation can be executed. A final draft agreement will be presented for approval in the August 17, 2023 commission meeting. And we also ask that the chairman can sign that agreement when it's completed. It's being reviewed currently by County Attorney Stan Riggs. Annabelle Barraza and I met with him yesterday. Anna has met with him to assure that we meet all the requirements necessary in that agreement. Staff would recommend approval of EM-24-1 for inmate medical services. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Bill, on the contract, is this the contract that they submitted before? I mean,
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, what this is we went out for a request for proposals about a year ago because we were currently ready to renew for the second year with WellPath, and they decided that they wanted to move on. We didn't negotiate a new contract, so they gave us a 60-day notice, and we accepted that 60 days. So what we did, because of the length of time, it would take at least a month to prepare an RFP, another month for it to be reviewed and evaluated, and then another month transition time. There's no way we could meet the 60-day timeframe, and that's why we went with the emergency procurement, and we felt the best thing to do was to not reach out to additional people, because that would be a typical RFP process. So we took the ones that submitted last time. There were 3 total.
Right.
We took the 2 remainders, and we visited with them on a conference call. One of the providers, although a very professional, excellent provider, they have no coverage within our state, and we felt that the time frame needed to get them in place didn't fit as well as a company that's actually based out of New Mexico could adapt very quickly and fill our needs easily within the 60-day requirement. So that's why we went with the interviews with those 2 prior solicitors. And Calder will fix that for me. Anyway, we went with those 2 and determined that Roadrunner was the best choice for us in this particular instance.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the form that you are seeing is the emergency determination form, and that is uploaded into the state to wait for the 3-day protesting period. The actual proposal was submitted from Roadrunner, and that is a separate document that's not supplied here. But they also sent already a draft agreement of the actual details of what the contract will be, and that is currently under review with legal and county manager.
Right.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, again, we think we would like to have you have the ability, Mr. Chairman, we'd like you to have the ability to sign that agreement as soon as Stan approves it, then we'll bring it to the entire commission at the next month's meeting.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept EM 24-1 inmate medical services emergency procurement.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of agenda item number 13, EM-24-1.
And authorizing the chairman to execute the contract, subject to later ratification by the commission.
Is that acceptable to you, Commissioner
Yes.
Dana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Agenda item number 14, ratification of out-of-state travel.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. In front of you, item number 14 is a ratification for out-of-state travel. It is for both the K-9 deputies to travel to Scottsdale, Arizona. The acronym is HITSK, Training and Consulting. The trip will be from August 13th through August 20th. It's a national conference for K-9 handlers. This will be the first conference that they've attended. There are approximately 1,000 attendees from across the United States. I think it's very important that they attend this training. It will give them the latest updated federal laws. They don't just have to follow state laws, they have to follow federal laws when it comes to search and seizure and use of canines. As you're aware, our canines have been very successful. They're worked on a regular basis, and we're very, very, very proud of them. And it's just like any other business, I believe that we need to reinvest in the business. And with that, I just want to make it clear that the dogs will not be going. The handlers will go, they will receive the training, and then come back and implement that with their canines. But the canines will be secured here during their trip. And staff. I'll bet my secretary's bigger than y'all's. He's my new administrative lieutenant, so I just send everybody to him. Corba found 150, what is it, 150 fentanyl pills on a traffic stop just the other night. So, you know, it's here in Chaves County. We're dealing with it on a regular basis. And it's traffic stops that would not normally be, these would be detectable. So the canines have really proven their worth. And staff recommends approval. I stand for any questions or any questions of my canine deputies.
Thank you.
I think the dogs ought to get to go.
I was ready to say. They like
It's probably 115 degrees up
road trip.
And I should say that it's broken down by cost for you. The cost of the conference is relatively low as far as conferences go, at approximately $440 for each attendee, and that's an approximate number. And then the projected hotel stay, $1,170 per deputy, and that's for the entire week.
Commissioners?
I move approval of authorizing the out-of-state travel for HITSK training from August 13th to August 20th.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of ratification of out-of-state travel.
And also maybe for the notes, I have given them permission to take a county vehicle instead of flying with everything that's going on. I'd really hate for them to show up without anything to wear. I'm sure they would too. So we just felt it was safer as well. They could take their training aids with them that way.
Give them one with a good turbo.
I'm not going to give them one with a turbo at all.
It's a leisurely drive.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
They're ready to go to work.
Oh, yeah? What are you trying to say? I have something in my pocket.
That may be some cookies you have.
Yes.
Okay, approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of checks in the amount of $3,452,447.29.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of checks. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve reports.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of reports. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we're going to move into our unscheduled communications, limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action is taken by the commission. Anyone want to get up and talk? Come on, Charlotte. She's been waiting patiently.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I wanted to, of course, Tony is leaving today, but I do want to announce that I have filled the position. The new person will start tomorrow, and it's someone that I am very excited that she comes with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and her dad and her husband very well. They are part of the Chaves County family already, and her name is Chanel West Ray.
Charlotte, does she understand that she is having to run for this position next year?
I did
Is
discuss
it very
that with her.
intimidating?
Yes, we did. We did have dinner when I interviewed her a couple weeks ago, and that was one of the things that I did bring up. And that will be her decision, and I will let her announce, her decision at that time. But yes, it
But
is.
that is elected in a position, and it's very intimidating. Some people are like, I don't want to run. I know we've had this problem in the past.
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
And-
Commissioner, yes, I did review that with her, and so that's a decision she will have to make. But she is well aware that is something that we're looking for, so.
Okay, good, thank you,
you.
because I know in the past we've had issues.
Be sure you state your name and your address.
So everybody knows where to send the Molotov cocktails. Under Sheriff Charles Eastless, number 1 St. Mary's Place. I visit my home. I actually live at the sheriff's office. I wanted to bring your attention to a couple of things. One, right now the sheriff's office is currently investigating a possible kidnapping. This morning, I was just notified of that, so when we leave here, we'll go out, and if anything comes of that, I'll obviously be putting that out. What I can put out as far as media-wise. The other thing is I'd like where's my fifth? Right here in the corner, I can see who's going to be riding alone. Come on up. So throughout the county commission meetings, you had the opportunity to meet these individuals as they were hired. They were all hired at different times. I am proud to announce that this group, first of all, we have never had a cadet fail the pre-assessment for the academy from Chaves County. And we have become recognized and pretty well known at the academy for that. We don't send them one or two, we usually send them clumps of people. So these 5 individuals will be leaving on the 13th. I'm proud to say they have all passed their pre-assessment, not just to get hired here, but they also represented Chaves County very well in their pre-assessment up at the academy. I have no doubt that they'll do well and they'll work well together. They will be gone for extended a period of time. They'll graduate at the beginning of December, again leaving on the 13th of August. But I just wanted you to have a look at them because when they get back, you probably won't recognize them.
Thank you. I commend y'all for doing that because I had a good friend of mine who just went through the academy for the New Mexico Livestock Board, and it's I didn't realize the total sacrifice it took for you to go to the academy. You're away from your families, you're away from really basically your homes for all those months, and it's definitely a commitment, and I commend you on that. Thank you for your service.
And I'll tell you, your time goes by fast. Commissioner Perry and I, he went to the academy just prior to me.
95.
95. I was 98. 98, 99. And 25 years will go by fast. So relish this time.
Mhm.
Thank you all.
No,
Thank you.
Anyone else? Rita, are you through? I'm done. I can't believe it.
Wait, we don't know how the cubbies are doing.
Well,
Charles.
No, I walk and I do therapy every morning at Walmart. I do, I walk Walmart. Rita Kane Dorhofer, very narrow, unstriped Chicago Cubs mailbox. Mark Road. You know why Stan is not here? Because he went to see the Cardinals play the Cubs in Wrigley Field.
That's right.
And the awesomeness took 3 out of 4 from them, but we're at their home base again. Anyway, I will tell you, Ellie left. Everybody leaves. There's not many people here. Anyway, I have been working with the detention center. I've been working with the community service, and they are out there on Saturdays at 6 a.m. helping with the farmers market on the courthouse lawn. And we make sure that the courthouse lawn is kept up, and we make sure that everything is going well. I only saw, I believe it was the RPD Barella making his round just to, we like police presence there. Not that there's anything out of control that we can't handle, but.
RPD Barella retired about 12 years ago.
No, his name is Barella, and he's maybe 22, 23 years old, young guy, and he just walks around and then he leaves.
Next generation.
Next generation, but it would nice to see a sheriff out there.
Then you're not looking.
Well, I am
We're out
looking.
there.
I don't see you unless you're in plain clothes. But anyway, that's how the Cubs are doing. We are 6 games out. And we may do well, we may not. Anyway, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, is that Keep Chaves County Beautiful has not received our money yet. We have not. I know, they're saying to them, oh, thank God she's not in the finance department every week trying to buy stuff. We have not received our money yet, and we don't know how much we are going to get. But we have put several projects on our list. And when we do get our money, I will probably be the third or fourth to know. Sean will be number 1, Bill will be number 2, Stan will be number 3, and I'm way down the list. And then I will come visit the finance department regularly to spend our money. And as I was talking to Scott, we're going to do some improvements on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to beautify it. And so we really like to be there on the lawn. But as soon as we find out, you will know, and then we will start spending our money. And again, thanks to the sheriff department, I was getting worried. There were 8 sheriffs in here, and I'm thinking, I'm being good. I haven't said anything. And there are 8 of them in here, and I'm thinking, I'm the only one left. Well, yeah.
That's how we make sure you're good.
It's not,
Thank you,
it's
Chief
not how
Charles.
many
we have, it's how many we're going to use.
Anyway, if anybody needs any projects done, we can move some money around. So just think about that. And I may be up in Santa Fe listening to you talk to them about what we need here in Chaves County, because we are the best county. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Anyone else? Bill, you're up.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, it's been a busy month, couple of months actually, but we're doing great things here. I want to remind you that at the August 17th meeting, if y'all will bring any names forward that you have to present to the governor's office for Senator Kernan's position. We have, I believe, 11 votes. I brought the little map of the precincts. I believe they're precinct 47A and B, someone told me, that has 11 voters in it, and that is the total number of votes that we have in that particular district. But we do still have to present a name to the governor's office. So if you'll bring those next month, you can discuss it, and we'll put out the final name and send it to Santa Fe as we're required to do. I want to thank Mr. Briscoe and Mr. McLean for coming today and to giving us an update. They've done a lot of really good stuff in a very short time. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the work that they've been doing. They've had some hurdles to overcome, and they've taken them all like gold shoe to athletes. I mean, they're really doing a good job. So one of the things we talked about on the training side of the detention facility, we have the new building up front that was built for video visitation that is no longer being used. Since COVID, video visitation is done from home, from their laptop for the most part. So people very seldom come to the facility to use the video visitation area. We could easily set up a monitor or 2, so if someone did come out there, they could actually have video visitation. But the bulk of people aren't doing it that way. They're doing it from home video. So that means we would have that entire building that they could set up for their training facility, which has a couple of advantages. One being that they're not doing their training right in front of the inmates or the detainees who are, watching what they do in a certain situation and determining how to counter that. They can have their training outside. They can have all of their materials and things that they need for training out there. They can have their classroom setting. They can have their hands-on, if you call it that, physical encounter training, all in that building, out of the sight of the detainees, as well as that frees up their current training room. We've been visiting a lot, and Annabelle was with me at the last meeting. Well, she's been with me at every meeting with the judges, and that's one of the things that we've talked to them about, is trying to find ways to streamline and enhance their ability to have their courts. And when we have them all in one room, there's a lot of bleed over sometimes. So that would allow us to have a couple of separate areas to have court hearings. And so we're just trying to do our part as a county to make the entire system work better. And we have the right people in place to do that. Thank you guys for what you've done. Speaking of thanking county employees, Tony, you've done a great job. It's been an honor to know you. I want to wish you good luck, and want to wish Chanel luck as she's coming in. All our staff does a great job. Finance Department, of course, you saw the results of their efforts with our final budget this morning. Also, last time when I spoke, I forgot to thank Lieutenant Drake specifically when we had our situations at the jail, and we had the SO coming in and providing additional security for a few nights to assure that when we put our detainees back where they belong and started managing the jail following the proper protocols, that any troublemakers were taken care of. And Lieutenant Drake managed that project for us, and he was sitting there last time, and I just totally spaced mentioning him by name, but I'd like to thank him. Charles, you've got a great man there, and he did a great job and really stepped up for the county during that trying time. Also, the job fair, September the 18th, will be right here in the Rotunda. We want to be sure that we get as many people here as possible, get as many roles filled as we can, but certainly we're very interested in filling detention center roles. We're working on, again, aggressively pursuing people to come and fill those positions. Lesser Prairie Chicken, my understanding that they took a vote on Monday. I believe they got to the vote. The Senate already voted last month to overturn the Prairie Chicken listing. They thought that it was a ridiculous thing, that and a long-nosed, long-eared, some kind of bat. Both of those things they felt were certainly just attacks on farming and ranching, and there was no basis for them to be listed. Former Representative Yvette Harrell called me when we were at the NACO conference in Austin over the weekend and said that they were expecting to do the vote as early as Monday. I've not heard back from her, but she said they had the full support for the House Joint Resolution to do the very same thing that they did in the Senate and to overturn it. Of course, the President has said that he will veto that, but we think it bodes pretty well. We sued the Fish and Wildlife Service in federal court in 2014, and Commissioner Taylor was a big part of that, and they overturned it. They said this shouldn't even be listed as a threatened species, and they proved it conclusively, so they removed it from consideration. Then the Fish and Wildlife Service over the last several years has done some end runs and tried to find some unique ways to list it again. So they decided that even though it has improved across the range, someone picked some arbitrary number and said, well, it has to improve, has to increase over 10%. No one will tell us what the percentage is, but anyway, some percentage. It's improved across the range. It's improved in our area. The populations have. But they said, well, it hadn't improved enough, so they're going to be considered endangered species in eastern New Mexico and West Texas. And because they're endangered there, they've got to at least be threatened in the other areas, which would be Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and other parts of Texas. And so they'll be threatened there. They'll be endangered in your part of the neighborhood. Kind of did an end run on us. We're engaged in a lawsuit over that right now. We think it bodes pretty well to be able to go to the courts and say, look, in 2014 we showed it shouldn't even be threatened. Now we come back to you and it's an endangered species, and Congress, who can't agree on anything, both houses have, or both sides of Congress have agreed that it should not be listed. We think that's going to go pretty well in our favor, and we look forward to it being delisted. The lizards right behind it will be doing the very same things with it, because it seems to be an attack on oil and gas, farming and ranching, other industries in this part of the country. And we have worked well together. All these industries have come together cooperatively and done things to improve the habitat, improve the number of prairie chickens, and it has worked. But that didn't work for Fish and Wildlife. So that's where we're at with that stuff. We will have the conference in Dallas-Fort Worth, the Stop 30 by 30 conference, which seems to be the largest land grab we've seen in our lifetimes. So we're going to support that. We had the National Association of Counties meeting. Commissioner Perry and I were there since end of last week, over the weekend, and came back early this week. We covered a lot of ground there, and I'll leave that for him to talk about. I want to shout out to Annabelle, Anna, Michael Briscoe, and Stan. We've been working very hard on this inmate medical thing. we don't like to have to react so quickly and do things outside of the long process that's in place, but sometimes we have to do those things. And Anna has been a real winner for us. She makes sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's and don't encounter any problems. We don't run afoul of any laws. And of course, Stan, yep, she's right. She's right. So we're doing really good there. I did want to point out to the Sheriff's Department, the weekend before last, I traveled up to Weed for the annual Bluegrass Festival. And former Commissioner Kim Chesser is usually the guy that lets everybody know what's going on. So if you want some entertainment, go to the Weed Bluegrass Festival every year, and you'll be entertained by Kim. As I was going up there, I went ahead and took a little turn off for just a second and drove a little ways up the Pinon Duncan Highway. I encountered 8 SUVs and a caravan about 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, and you never see 8 vehicles on that entire road. Certainly don't see 8 of them caravanning together. And of course, we all know that that road goes all the way through Del City, comes out down by the border, and kind of makes you wonder if 8 caravans were not hauling a lot of people that maybe shouldn't be hauled down those side roads on weekends and evenings. So just wanted to point that out to you.
We assisted on an operation a while back, I mean, in our area, but they were bringing individuals in a horse trailer. And the way it was recognized is it had a air conditioner on top. And it was a big gooseneck horse trailer. And it was on a regular basis coming through. And of course, you know, we have friends down at BLM and that are down on the border, Quentin and those guys. And Drake and I were in contact with them. And, you know, we had this whole operation, and they ended up stopping it in Otero County. And you recall how many they got out of it? 15.
Yeah.
So right now, I was in El Paso 2 weekends ago, and I was talking to a couple of Border Patrol agents down by the border, and he said on average it's about 2,100 a day that come across per day.
Wow.
So if you multiply that times 7 days in a week, you're looking at 14,000 individuals that come across on a weekly basis.
Well, y'all be safe and good luck stopping illegal activities, whether they're bringing in fentanyl or illegal or whatever other things are going. But anyway, that's all I have. Thank you guys for all you do for us. We really appreciate Chaves County.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Perry.
Thank you all for attending and participating. Congratulations to the 4SO new folks. I hope we can retain you and keep you in the county. Hopefully Lieutenant Drake won't be too hard on you. You'll stay around a little longer. Did want to give just one little shout out. You know, we talked about it a little bit. Today is the last day for the judging. So please go by the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds and support those kids. It's a really, really, really good event. Tomorrow is a livestock sale, and I believe it starts at 7, if I'm correct on that. So you need to go support your 4-H and your FFA. And as Mr. Williams said, we did go to the NACO conference, and our participatory roles are really in the natural resource field and communicating with the federal agencies. And it's been a blessing lately that they have passed a lot of administrative practices that have since got slapped down by the courts. And it's probably the common thread of most of the counties that this is an overreach and an overstep by the federal government. So it's nice to see that that come around. It's coming around, and the pendulum swung a little bit, and they've lost a couple times. And hopefully we can keep that positive momentum going. I would also like to say, you know, really thank you to Lee County, Eddy County, Roosevelt County, and Curry County. They show up, and they absolutely have our backs, and they have your backs. And I can't wait to have theirs sometime on a county perspective. So appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Chairman, main comments I'd like to make, I'd like to thank all the people at the detention center, your staff. Ms. Briscoe, I think you're doing a great job, and you obviously have all the support of the commission. And we thank you for the efforts and the great strides forward you've made since you've taken over. I'd like to also thank all our employees and, of course, the finance department getting together, getting our final budget, Annabelle and her staff. And I think it's a great opportunity that we've got coming forward on this Reno Air Show. At the dinner last night, I mentioned, they had different events and they've added different races over the years. And I said, well, if you move to Roswell, you may want to add another race, UFOs. But anyways, everybody stay cool and stay out of this hot weather and drink plenty of fluids.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Dana.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to say thank you so much to our detention center. Thank you for coming aboard, Mr. Briscoe, and taking on this difficult time. But you're a rookie at it, so an expert at it, so you know how to take the bull by the horns. And we thank you so much. And thank you, Officer McLean, for staying aboard too. And thank you for our new recruits. We appreciate it. Be safe out there. And you are know that you are very much appreciated, and we do have your back. So, yeah, I think it's wonderful. Thank you. And thank you for Annabelle and your team for having to step up in this crisis. I mean, with the medical team now and everything, we appreciate it. And we're going to move on, and we're going to do great things. And know that y'all have our support for everything. Tony, thank you so much for your service to the county, and good luck on your endeavors. We appreciate everything you've done for us too. And Charles, good grief. At home, recovering, and you still stepped up. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for everything that you did for our detention center too. And Drake, I'm going to put you to work. Charles said that I could put you to work, and I'm going to put you to work. We are still working on the peer jail diversion mental health thing. We're still having meetings with county and city. We have Mike Harrington had said get with Janet, so I'm emailing Janet when we have our meetings. We have a Leeds Hobbs Police Department's coming over and presenting their lead programs to us. And so Janet's got it on the board too. So hopefully we'll have someone there because Lance Bateman will be there and Ron Smith. So we want to make sure that, that we have sheriffs. With that, we are, this has been a great partnership. It's been kind of nice to see the transition between City of Roswell government and Chaves County government working together. And we are working very well together on many projects throughout Chaves County. So, and one of them is the jail diversion program and the mental health. We have some property, City of Roswell property that we're looking at for a one-stop shop. And that will be nice, kind of modeling it after the program that they have in Doña Ana County, where maybe you guys can take a person to that area. Instead of, we're trying to not have our detention center be the mental health facility, the hub. We're trying to get law enforcement to change the idea, well, we're just going to pick you up and take you to the detention center, and the detention center having to deal with these people. And so we're trying to look at a one-stop shop where you can take them to a facility and they can receive the care and get them plugged into some programs that we have here. Counselor Arnold and I have learned we have the resources here in Chaves County. We just need to get the word out that those resources are here. So by having a one-stop shop and having those resources in an area, hopefully that'll kind of help alleviate some of the problems that you guys have to deal with. The detention center is supposed to be a place for bad guys, not a mental health facility. And that's what we're trying to get away from. Myself and a couple others from Chaves County and others from throughout the state, we will be going and visiting the Miami-Dade model in October, because we want to see it for ourselves and see. We know it's a huge facility. We know that they have lots of funding in Florida for that. But we want to see it for ourselves, and we want to see what they had to do from the ground up and hear their story. We're working at the ground. We're on the ground level, and we're trying to work our way up and have a facility for our population that needs the resources, and make sure that they can get the resources and help you. Dan Jennings with 100% Chaves County had come up with the little, thank you very much for the information that you gave us. It was more pertinent for Albuquerque area and stuff. We have a card now. It's like a plastic credit card. He's getting those printed right now that has the resources. We will be getting them to law enforcement, and that way when you guys do encounter, it has the resources and you can give it to the person, and it has phone numbers. It'll also have a QR code on it too. And that hopefully will kind of plug some people into the resources that we have in Chaves County. We are very blessed in Chaves County. We have a lot of resources. It's just that we don't know about them. So if we don't know about it, we can't plug people into it. So we're trying to alleviate, we're trying to help you guys out, law enforcement, and help our citizens out all at the same time to know where the resources are and how to get plugged into the resources. So, that's why it's so important that we have the city-county collaboration with this too. So, but thank you very much to our Chaves County employees and everything for helping us, because let me tell you what, we're doing great in Chaves County, and the future looks very bright, and the collaboration between everyone in Chaves County and the city of Roswell and Dexter Hagerman, like Arthur, with Dan Jennings being in Hagerman, he kind of helps us out with the valley, and he's that liaison for the valley. So we appreciate everything that y'all do, and we're moving in a great direction now. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Dana. Commissioner Ezell.
Well, the good thing about sitting at this end of the table is everything's already said by the time it gets to you, and you can tell from the faces in the crowd that people are ready to go. So I will be very brief. Fellow commissioners, as is my habit, I have committed each of you all for $100 to go to an animal, $500 from the members of the commission. If you trust former Commissioner Duffy to leave it at that. But if you just give him carte blanche, sometimes he gets carried away. Thank you, Annabelle, always. Glad we got you a brand new budget. Tony, thank you for your service, and best of luck to you in your future endeavors. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Ezell. I'll be brief also. Always thank everyone for their hard work. I know that sometimes these are trying times, but we always seem to work through it. I have greater faith in our county now than probably ever, because it's a team and a family. Bill, thank you for all that you've done through some of these crises, and it just proves that we're headed in the right direction. Tony, thank you for your service and what you've done for us also. And with that, I will close, and we'll adjourn to sign documents. Thank you. Thank you.
Almost fell down. My knee gave out.